Now we're going to move on to this short fence run right here, and this is where I drove in my first fence posts. And we're going to build out this brace with a kit from Bekaert.
Yep. So we've got the Bekaert Bullet braces, but what they do is they come for 2 3/8, 2 3/8, or you can use a 2 7/8 pipe with a 2 3/8 top rail. But this is the HN. We've got an HN, and an N brace. But these are really nice because you don't have to weld. So if you're in a situation where fire could be an issue, these will bolt up. You just bolt them together, and compression will hold them together. So once we put tension on this fence, everything will hold together. But they do a really good job. So we went ahead, we got our top rail cut. We're going to cut it 1.5 inches shorter than the distance we want it to be. And then we've got hardware here that'll set in. We'll tighten it up, and everything should work really well. So.
Yep, and he said that that is an HN kit, and what that means is like the H brace is the horizontal brace, and the N brace is the one that goes down at an angle. And this kit has both of them. So it has an H and an N, and then the kit also comes with the caps.
Yep, the caps for your...
to put on top of the pipe as
well.
Yep,
so it'll close off the top of your pipe. You don't have to worry about water or anything getting down in those, so.
Be a lot quicker than welding, right? So, I mean, so people, there's a lot of people out there that don't want to try to weld, but they wouldn't mind having a pipe fence. So this is the way to do it, being able to just bolt it together. So then you can use a pipe driver, or you can set them in concrete like I did the posts up there. So on the end posts, they are a single clamp with 1 bolt. And on the middle post, it's like a double clamp with 2 bolts. So Van already tightened this side, so that way after he put the pipe down, he just needed to tighten the one side.
Yeah. That creates compression that'll hold everything together. All right. Halfway done.
All right, there she is. HN brace, bolt up kit. It looks just like my welded braces. But we put that together in like 5 minutes. And really it wasn't we, it was really Van. I just kind of watched. But yeah, real quick, like 5-minute job after the pipe was cut. And definitely the way I think I'm gonna go in the future for sure. You get your fingers pinched in it. Okay.
All right, now
the bottom one feels definitely tighter.
Yeah.
There, I'm in it.
And it will. This being a progressive fence like it is, all those line wires, it will.
Yeah, and it's angled right now, so it looks like it needs to take up at the top.
Yeah, and when you go here, it should go. There it went. Bam. He's looking this way and missed it.
Oh, it did. It just came right up.
Yeah. It gets to a point when it does, and it's cool when it's a really long run that'll do it. Don't always happen, but it just kind of rolls and goes ploop, flops right up.
You're probably close.
Yeah.
Boy, that one
chain
does quite a bit.
I hit the top one time.
I'm pushing instead of pulling.
Yeah.
I just realized.
Yeah. I caught you a minute ago, but I wasn't going to say anything.
Okay. Let's straighten that out.
Yeah, it did, and that got your top back when you hit it again. So I think that's it.
Okay. Just got to tie it off. So here's a quick look at the fence that we just ended up pulling. Not sure how well it shows up in camera, but it is gonna look good when you pull up here to the driveway. So today is day 3 of building our Bekaert fence. We only have one fence pole left to go, that's ready to go. And that is this one right here beside our driveway. And Van's gonna be here in probably about a half an hour. So I wanna try to get everything laid out and get everything ready before he gets here, because when we're done with this pole today, he's gonna head home to Tennessee. So I'd like to see if we can get him out of here as soon as possible. So let's go ahead and start getting everything ready. So now I'm gonna go ahead and pace out 200 feet, and that's where I'll drop the next roll. So on this fence run, I ended up driving in 2 7/8 inch pipe. This is the larger pipe that I have. It's almost a full 3-inch diameter. These are pretty stout. You can definitely tell a difference between them and the smaller diameter. These definitely make a stouter post. And then we're gonna build this brace the same way as we did yesterday. We're gonna use the smaller pipe for our horizontal and our angled brace, and they're gonna bolt in here and just tie everything together. And I think that this brace is gonna end up with the bigger posts. This is gonna be a little bit stronger of a brace than what we did yesterday. And I think that's good, because this fence is about 2 times as long as the one we did yesterday. So I think it's good that this one's gonna be a little bit stronger. But all we gotta do is basically cut the horizontal and the angled pipes to the right length, and we can start bolting these together. So I may go ahead and get some measurements and start getting that pipe cut and have it ready for when Van gets here. So on this horizontal brace, we're putting it at 43 inches. That fits up about the right height for the fence we have. We just measure the distance between our posts, and then you minus 1.5 inches off. Same with the angle brace. Measure down to where you want your angle brace at, and then minus off 1.5 inches. So 108 inches. All right, Van's here now. He helped me remeasure this pipe. I was off by almost 3/4 inch trying to measure this by myself. So definitely probably want 2 people when you do it. So like I was saying, today, after we're done with this, you're gonna be heading back to Tennessee.
Yep, I am, and hopefully keep some of this good clear weather to drive in today. But I've had a blast up here so far. This has been a really fun build. It's hard work, but really rewarding, and gonna have a nice pasture here when we get done. So it's gonna be nice.
Yep, I do think so. I'm really happy with the way it's looking so far. Yeah. So how long was your drive?
About 6.5 hours.
Yeah. How long was it the other day? Didn't you have some traffic issues?
Yeah, it was 10. So I found out there was somebody trying to jump off a bridge is why they had the interstate shut. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw it on the news when I got to the hotel. So they had it shut down all day, Interstate 75. And so luckily, it looks like I got in really early on that, was able to get around it. I hope the gentleman's okay, but yeah, I had that, had a blowout, and so it was.
Yeah, he's had a very
slow
interesting
go.
trip with the 4 hours of delay.
Yeah.
Your tire blew out.
Yep.
He came here the next night. We had the storm come through. He had no power at the hotel till like 9:30. It's been an interesting trip.
It has, but that's what keeps you on your toes, right? So
yeah.
It makes it fun. If every day was just the same, it would be so boring. So this has been a fun trip, and one we'll have some good stories out of. So.
Oh yeah. I'm sure there will be.
Yep.
Yeah. But anyway, we're going to try to get this done quick this morning, so Van can go ahead and head back to Tennessee. All right, we just finished building the very first brace. I had a time lapse going right here. And 14 minutes, 26 seconds is what it's reading right now. So about 15 minutes to build a brace right there. Of course, you could say that the pipes were pre-cut for it, but that is way quicker than welding. All right, that is a huge improvement because I would weld out one brace, I'd basically spend the entire day. So this is way better. Well, we came to the far end of the fence to build this brace, and every animal came down here just to see what we're doing. So now we've got an audience, and Maya's really interested in that leather tool belt. Maya, no. She's trying to get your chew on it. You may have to hang it somewhere else. We got the sheep, the heifers, and we got, I don't know, about 10 chickens hanging around us. So it's gonna make today interesting. Maya, you find a new friend?
So I want that new pasture. Let me in that big grass.
She's gonna be right in your business, isn't she?
She knows I'm the fence guy. She gets new grass when I tell me, hurry.
Maya, come on.
She's fine. Your breast stinks. Yeah.
You can see once this is put together, this collar pushes against the post, and then it's also kind of compressed here at the end of the pipe, and the pipe is against that bolt, so there should be no way for this to like shift or come together. It's very tight between these 2 points right now.
Is it my approved?
Well, you can't say we didn't have any help today.
No. We had plenty.
Oh, sorry,
You're fine. I was working it up a little.
You got where you want it?
Yeah.
Looks good down here.
Okay. You want, I'll hold. Do you want to go down and see how high up we are?
Off the post at the bottom?
To the ground, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you may stand it up down there.
Okay.
And kind of feel the tension.
It is, I'd say 16 inches off the ground.
Okay. We need a little bit more, don't we?
Oh yeah, there's too much give.
Well, you're gonna pull it down, so it's gonna get tighter.
Yep.
But all right, we'll go a little bit more.
Yeah, the top is definitely
Yeah.
gonna need it. So after tensioning the fence the way we liked it, we tied the fence off to the pipe posts on each side of the stretcher bars, and that held the fence upright for us. And then we were able to go down the fence and we tied off the high points, and then we tied off the low point last. And the low point took both me and Van standing on the fence to have enough weight to pull it down to the proper height. Luckily we had Rebecca with us, and she was able to tie it off to the fence. You're slid it on all the way, and then no good.
Well, I slid it to this side.
Yeah, it's no. It's you need to put another tie on.
Hold it wide open.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then getting it in the slot. There you go.
Here's down. All right. Okay, so with this fence, Evan, we've got a, we're going through a pretty good dip here. So you can see we're really tensioned at the bottom of this, but we got a little bit of slack at the top. So that'll happen from time to time, and the closer these stays are, the more you're gonna see that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a bias cut in this. So we'll put smooth wire chain grab on and pull individual lines and make a cut and tension the top of this fence by itself and basically let it overlap. So we're gonna shorten the top and leave the top long. And if you look, you've got these tension curves right here. As we work down the fence, those tension curves are completely gone down here. So you can see just a little bit of one. So what we did is we actually lengthened the fence with the tension curve, and that still wasn't quite enough to get the tension we wanted on top of this, especially with cattle gonna be in here. We don't want Mia to come over and lean on the top of that fence and have a lot of roll in it. So what we're gonna do is tension this up by putting a bias cut in, and then quite possibly we'll have barbed wire on top of this as well to help give some added support. But so that's why we're doing this. Wanted to show how to do it if you run into that situations. But you can see without much effort at all, I've created a bunch of slack here. But what I've done, if you look, now I've got good tension on each side of this. So we can put a split in it, and then we'll just put a crimp in it in between and pull it together. So. And so as I do this, you'll notice I've got the long crimps. The long crimps will hold about 1,500 pounds of tension. If you use the little short crimps that are about half or a third of the size of this, you really need to stack 3 of them, because you're gonna have, they'll hold about 500 pounds and versus these that'll hold around 1,500 and match your wire strength. So. You'll notice I'm putting multiple squeezes on this, and the reason for that, we start on one end and go to the other, and as we work our way down, it lengthens that sleeve. So I'll grab another here and show you how much we gain in length by working our way down that. So we probably gained almost a quarter of the length of that sleeve.
You can tell he's released it now, and it's still nice and straight. There's no like little waves in the fence.
And you can feel the tension there too has really increased.
Well, we just finished up with that fence. It still needs to be tied on. Me and Rebecca I think we can handle that on our own.
I think so, and we got it down in the low point. That was the hard part. I don't think.
Yeah, it actually took both of us
Yeah.
standing on the
Yeah.
fence to get it to pull down.
So you got to make sure you don't make Rebecca mad, because if you're standing on it and she's helping you hold it down, if she jumps off, you may go for a ride.
Yeah,
so,
she may
yeah,
throw me.
Make sure you're really nice the morning you have to do that, right?
Yeah,
So,
I got a good helper over there.
Yeah.
So, and I'll tell you what, you're a heck of a worker. We worked with some long days without many breaks,
yep.
and you've been a huge. I don't know. I mean, it's more than just help. You've like taught me a lot about fence in the 3 days that you've been here, and I think I've learned quite a bit.
I'm glad to do it, and that's the part of the job I enjoy the most, is when you can come out and hopefully teach you some things that's going to help your fence last for the rest of your lifetime. And if I can do that, I feel like I've done my job. I'm fortunate to work for Bekaert, because that's my job. A lot of people think I'm in sales, but I'm actually a TSM, and all I do is technical support. So I'm sales support, whether it's pre-sale or post-sale. So if you'd have bought this fence, got it out, had trouble getting it up, you can go to fencing.bekaert.com, submit a question, and if you're in the East, I'll answer you. If you're in the West, Keith will answer you. But really fortunate to work for a company that supports their product, they stand behind it, and then want to teach their customers the best way to use it so that it lasts a long time. And so I really enjoy that aspect of being with Bekaert, the fact they support product, they support us as employees. You know, we've worked really hard, but it helps because I've got some of the nicest tools on the market. They provide those for me. So that's really nice, because that's a challenge a lot of times, is we don't have proper tools when we're doing the job. And that can make it even harder. So building fence isn't necessarily easy, but it can be a lot easier with the proper tools. So.
Yeah. And Bekaert did provide me with a few more fencing tools that I didn't have. I had quite a few things, but they've provided me with a few more tools so that I can install it with the proper equipment. Yeah. And no, it's been a great experience, Van. I hope you can come back another time.
Me too. I've enjoyed it. Hope I get to. I hope you get some other projects you'll have me come up and help with. So.
Yeah, I bet you we can come up with some. So Rebecca and I did get this fence tied off to every fence post 5 times on every post, and the fence looks fantastic. And I'll try to show a drone shot of the front and how that fence looks. I think it turned out really straight. It ended up being, I think, just at 1,100 feet long total, and it's got that double dip in it. It looks, I think, just looks fantastic. Very happy with the way this fence is turning out. So I've got 3 more fence runs that I need to build, and it's going to run right down this tree line right here. This is actually an old fence line as well. I'm not going to tear out the old fence. I'm going to trim the trees. I'm going to clear this as best I can, and then we're going to drive our posts and run the fence back around to the front of the property. And that's something I'll be working on over the next month. There is one fence run that's actually clear back over on this side, where I can basically go out there, drive the posts, build the braces, and get that fence installed. But the ones along the trees here, these are probably going to take a little bit more time. But the fencing project has come along really good. I'd say we're at least 65% complete on this project. And with this temporary electric wire that we set up, we can at least close in the fence that we have, and we can graze the animals in here, and it makes it a lot easier. But anyway, guys, I think that's it for this video. Tomorrow just happens to be the 4th of July. So I hope you guys all have a nice holiday and a safe holiday, and I'll see you in the next one.